Right, good morning. Here we are. This is the room that we're going to be doing today. We're going to fit some laminate floor in here. That is the laminate floor that we're going to fit. But anyway, that's enough talking. Everything's been cleared, carpet lifted up. So all it leaves me to do is run out some underlay and start fitting. Yeah, what I'm doing here now is getting ready to put down the vapor barrier. That white tape that you can see on the underlay is the glue that sticks the vapor barrier down, and it's always good to use an underlay that has a built-in vapor barrier. It's just one less thing for you to think about while you're working. So now that we've got our first couple rows of underlay down on the floor, let's see if we can put in our first row. Now that our first row is in place, we are now going to check to make sure that we have enough expansion gap so that we can fit our scotias. Now for those of you who don't know, what we're fitting today is a floating floor. So you do have to leave an expansion gap all the way around. So now that we're happy that the gap that we have left is the right size and our scotias will fit, let's crack on with the second row. Here I go again, running away with myself. Before we get to the second row, let's get these door frames cut out. We'll use the multi-tool and cut underneath the door frames. In this case, we'll take this little bit here. We'll move our row out of the way. Turn it upside down. It's always good practice to turn the piece of laminate that you use to cut under the door frame upside down. Just in case you need it at a later stage, you can still reuse it. Right, now that I've cut away both sides of the door frame, I should grab myself a screwdriver. Now normally you'd use a chisel, but I personally find that the screwdriver works a lot quicker for me. And as you can see, it's a very clean cut, it fits under there perfectly. So now, we can get back to our second row. Yeah, well while he's getting on with that, let me tell you about the tools that we're going to use today. We're using a rubber hammer, a screwdriver, a set square, a pencil, a tape measure and a guillotine. We're also using a multi-tool to cut underneath the door frames. And the last tool we're using is a jigsaw. You'll notice on each one of the joints I put a small piece just to hold the joint steady while I put the second row in. I'm also double checking my expansion gap because I did have to do a little bit of scribing to get this first row to fit. Now that we have things in the correct order, let's go ahead and fit that second row. Yeah, now that we're coming to the end of the second row, I'm about to show you how to use a guillotine to cut the last one that goes in. Now, how you use this particular tool is you make your mark here. You line up your board with the stop, the side, keep it straight. And then here you go. Now, remember, that when you were cutting this, you turn this way. So this end goes to the other end. This end goes in here, as you can see it. And remember, this particular one we're fitting is a V groove. So it's always going to look as if it's not locked correctly. That's simply because it's a V groove. So, now that you see me do that, I'm going to continue for a bit, and then I'm going to show you how to make the template to put in here. So now we take a long one, put it in, make sure the track is clear. You hear that click? Right, now I think before we go any further, we should make that template for the doorway and get that. So what I like to do is use the box that the flooring came in. That makes the templating a little bit easier. The bar that we're going to fit on the end of this is called a T-bar. As you can see, I'm leaving a gap for the T-bar to actually fit in. Right. So we're going to go right to there and there. So we push that underneath like that, and that under there like that. You can see our problem. The best thing with the template is you keep cutting it until you get it right. Saves you messing about with the laminate. Now that we've made our template, we should trace it out onto a piece of laminate, and then we'll get it cut out with the jigsaw. Right, here we go. You see? We've taken our template and we've made our piece to go in here. So I've made 2 marks here and here where it locks in. So now we should be able to push it in now. And there you go. Now, let's do this properly. We want to put this plank here. Yeah? So, you turn it around so that this edge is facing inwards, because you want this edge to be outwards when you're finished. And then you see this bit here? That is now going to become your space. That is how you space it. So you can put it up like that and you mark it there. And then when you put it down, it should give you the gap. See? That's the gap you're going to have left down there. See that? That gap there is your space down there. Now that I've shown you how to put a plank in without using a tape measure and to leave the correct expansion gap on it, we should crack on with the rest of the floor. We're nearly there now. We're over halfway. So the next time you see me, I should probably be nearly finished. So here we are, we've got to the other side of the fireplace. This is the last plank we're going to put in. I'm just going to show you how we mark it up, again without a tape measure. And look at that. We have a perfect fit with the correct expansion gap. Anybody would think that we've done this before. And there you go. I think we've just about come to the end of this one. If these are the type of videos that you like to see, why not check out my playlist? Don't forget, like, comment and share. Oh yeah, and check out this next video coming up.